Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Amber here at A Fox Gloves Handiwork. On my channel, I do all sorts of things, all sorts of handiwork, crafts, thrifting, making things myself, making things using materials I already have, so repurposing, still figuring out my slogan. But I spent a lot of time thinking about my name, and handiwork really seems to encompass a lot of what I enjoy doing. I also really enjoy learning new things and learning new crafts. And so some of the things that you'll see on my channel are me trying things out for the first time. In today's video, I want to share with you some Christmas ornaments. Last year, I took a needle felting class. It was actually through Zoom. A friend of mine, her friend taught these online. My phone was full of storage, so I had to delete that, and I got distracted and I got cold. It's a whopping -5 degrees outside here in Minnesota. So staying cozy inside. I also apologize. My dishwasher is running. I swear it's like every time I go to film, my dishwasher's going. So I'm hoping that the sound doesn't catch too much. So as I was saying, I did some needle felting on an online class through a friend of mine. And we made these adorable owl ornaments. So sweet. She sent in the mail the supplies that we need. So I got this foam cube, 2 needles, and then some of the roving. That's what the wool is called. Oh, it was so cute. It was so fun. So this was last year. And this year, I wanted to make some more ornaments. I was really interested in doing more needle felting. And so I set out and made this ornament. You might recognize the red fabric from my stocking video. If you've not watched that, check somewhere in the box. Still getting used to put a box or down below to link to that video of how I make Christmas stockings using this an old jacket, and it's this material. And then I needle felted the Christmas tree on there, and it turned out really sweet. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I thrifted this beautiful brown wool, and it's already like felted, probably machine wash felted. And I just thought that this looks so much like gingerbread, and I want to make a gingerbread felted ornament. But join me as I show you the process of how I make ornaments. So I am going to use an actual gingerbread cookie as my reference. My sister had the gingerbread person cutouts. So I'm going to use a literal cookie as my guide. I'm thinking I'm going to go a little bit bigger than this little friend here. And this is just a little abstract swirly I did on there. Take 2. We are going a little bit closer. This guy didn't work out. So try number 2. looking much better. So I'm going to trace again. So I have two, a front and a back, that I will actually use leftover pieces to kind of stuff. So there's a little bit of kind of squishiness. The Pillsbury Doughboy just came to mind. That's what we're trying to conjure here with this little friend. Now to begin stitching the two pieces together. I hid that tail in between the two pieces so that it will be hidden. I begin stitching using a back stitch, kind of I'm leaving about 1/8 of an inch to the edge. It creates a decorative border while also stitching the pieces together, having that utilitarian purpose. I just eyeball where to bring up the needle. You can see here I'm kind of experimenting, and to create each length of the stitch. It's not a perfect science, and the fact that it's kind of uneven has part of the charm to it. I've now stitched almost all the way around, leaving a little bit open so that I can stuff our little friend to give him that little squishy quality. So I'm starting to lose the light. I'm trying to get last little bit of stuffing into this friend's leg. There we go. So about to close it up. As you can see, this side will be the back, front, and I just realized the neck's the head's kind of off center, but has that homemade quality charm, right? Beauty in the imperfect. There we go. Now time for the needle felting details. My dishwasher has now stopped, but I'm starting to lose the light, so I'm gonna take advantage of it as long as I can. So I'm gonna use white for little cuffs. A lot of the gingerbread people decorations have little cuffs things. Take a little bit of the white here, and I'm just gonna pull out a little bit. I pull with the fibers, and I'm gonna kind of spin it to create kind of that rope. I don't need one. These are you can't really see it. These are very sharp. And I definitely have stabbed myself. You know what? We're gonna start with his buttons because that feels simpler. Rolling the little wool in between my fingers. So I'm holding it kind of in place, and I'm gonna very carefully taking the needle and very carefully poking into gingerbread friend. Okay, so that's way too big. Before I get it super adhered, so you can see each of those lines is where the needle had punctured the gingerbread and pulled the white wool into the gingerbread. So that's how over and over and over again it attaches itself. But this is way too big. Make sure it's even. There we go. One little button. 2 more to go. I attached a little bit of the embroidery thread on the top there and then strung some ribbon through to hang on the Christmas tree. Hello. So now it is time for a little ornament tour. I showed you the few ornaments that I have made by hand, but I have thrifted some. I've gotten some at estate sales. Last year was the first year I had a Christmas tree in my house, and I needed some ornaments. I had quite a few that I inherited from my grandmother and some from my home. But I wanted some vintage ones. So these golden bulbs I got thrifted. So some are more kind of hazy and then some are more clear. You can see my reflection. I got this bulb. I just thought it was such a unique shape. The pink is, I wish it was like more of a red, but such a cool, unique shape. We got this little one, which here's my hand for a frame of reference. And this is another one that I got last year with such a unique shape, has this little point. And it's a cool kind of teal color. It almost looks silver just because the tree is green, but it is a teal. This is a vintage one I got. So pink with a little paint on there. Here's another vintage one, which has such a long neck. And this one, really unique, whimsical, not quite a painting, but this has like a black sparkle, and then this is like painted or something. And here is another one from last year. Come on, focus. So this really long bulb, very Christmassy. Here is another vintage bulb that has this beautiful, it must be hand painted with some glitter, really unique. Now for some of the ornaments that I have thrifted over this past year that are new on the tree this year. Thanks for hanging in with me on this low lighting. My phone only can capture so much quality with the low lighting. But I do like how the tree kind of glows with the light. So I got 2 of these candy canes that are folded or woven out of straw and kind of the Scandinavian, kind of Swedish style. Super cute. Here are some other ones that I actually purchased. I found this little friend at an antique store, I believe, or And I just love the fox, foxgloves handiwork, fox. I really like foxes. Let's see, I thrifted this little friend. This bulb, which I don't know what this is called, but it's like a sheen, like it looks like threads. And then with this decor, but I very much think of 50s, 60s kind of aesthetic. Here is another kind of woven, grass woven ornament. Really simple, but really sweet. I got this at an estate sale. Go on, focus. And the illustrations are just really beautiful. Nice, high quality. Ooh. It doesn't have the, whatever that's called to make the noise, but just really beautiful, simple. I thrifted this bulb this year. It's again that same kind of like, it's like that red one. It's kind of like yarn or something underneath. And then this beautiful lace kind of overlay. I got this little nutcracker guy. He's not actually a nutcracker, but like a little like British soldier, little soldier. Super cute. And again, like tell the painting's really high quality. Here's actually another thrifted or an estate sale find. Here, the lighting's good this way. I have the glow of the Christmas tree on my face. The final ornaments I want to share with you are some that I got from my grandmother. Some I remember and some I don't remember at all. My grandparents had a lot of ornaments. So for the final, I'm going to show you some of those. Thank you so much for joining me on my final Christmassy video for the season. I hope you enjoyed following along, checking out my Christmas tree and some of my thrifted and secondhand ornaments. I have had so much fun. I appreciate all the wonderful comments you have posted. I've had quite a few subscribers over the last month or so. So welcome. So happy you're here. Again, my name is Amber. This is my channel, A Foxgloves Handiwork. I am all about thrifting, crafting, repurposing, doing things, all sorts of handiwork, We're narrowing down that slogan, but if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. It is very cold here in Minnesota, and so I hope you are staying warm wherever you are for where you're watching this, if it's cold. If you haven't already, consider giving this video a thumbs up. And if this is the first video you've seen of me, consider checking out some of my other stuff. So until next time, take care.